In the previous lesson, we talked about multiplying whole numbers, and now we're going to look at an application of multiplying whole numbers, and that application that we're going to look at is, whoops, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be a highlighter, is area of a rectangular region. And if we read through this, it says the area of a rectangular region can be considered to be the number of square units needed to fill it. Here is a rectangle that is 4 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide. So 4 in length, 3 in height. So you can see that it's marked off for 4 and it's marked off for 3. If you look at the grid then that could be drawn, it takes 12 of these square centimeters to fill it up. So its area is, now sometimes you will see length times width with the dot being the multiplication dot, and it is 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters, which is 4 times 3 is 12, but the units, it is how many, there are 12 of these squares that are 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter or square centimeter. Area is always measured in square units. Perimeter was measured in just units because it was length or distance around something, but area is square units. And right here, you might want to write this down in your notes. Area equals length times width, or area equals base times height. These formulas will work for all rectangles. And since a square is a special rectangle, the formulas will work for squares also. A square is a rectangle whose base and height, or length and width, are the same. So if this is 3 inches and this is 3 inches, it is a rectangle, poorly drawn, but it is a rectangle, but it is also a square. And you can find its area, which is length times width. So it is 3 inches times 3 inches, which is 9 square inches. And that may be actually off the screen, but it is 3 inches times 3 inches. That means that we have 9 square inches. So whether it's a square, which is a kind of rectangle, or just a rectangle, you can use these formulas. So now let's take a look at that in some problems. Give myself a little room and get some notebook paper. I think I will make my lines a little bit bigger. All right, the diagram shows the Park District baseball diamond. Now a diamond has the same characteristics as a square. Find the area inside the baselines. Okay, area is length times width. Area is 85 feet times 85 feet. And now I will come over here. It is 85 times 85. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 2 is 42. Put in my 0. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry the 4. 8 times 8 is 64, plus 4 is 68. Add 5, 2, 12, carry the 1, 7. This area is 7,225, and it is feet times feet. It is square feet. In this particular problem, you can see that my math lab has the units written there, and you fill in the value of 7,225. Okay, let's take a look at the second problem. Give myself a little workspace. All right, this one's not so bad. Find the area of a rectangle that is 4 km, stands for kilometer, by 2 kilometers. And a kilometer is it's in the neighborhood of half of a mile. All right, so area, because it's a rectangle, is length times width. So it is 4 kilometers by 2 kilometers. And by the way, it does not matter whether you call this the length or you call this the width. The problem turns out to be the same. So the area is 4 times 2 gives us 8. Kilometers times kilometers is kilometers squared, or square kilometers. With metric units, and this is in the metric system, it is more common to see the exponent representing square. And in this question of my math lab, you will fill in the 8, and then this will be a pull down menu and you pick the right one. So you will pick kilometers square. Remember that area is always in square units. All right, the next one. Looks like we're back to a baseball diamond again. So it is a square, but that doesn't matter because a square is a type of rectangle. So it is the length times the width. You can say base times height. It is 23 feet times 23 feet. Area is, okay, it is 23 times 23. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. Put down your 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Add for 9. 6 and 6 is 12. Carry the 1. I have 529. And this will be square feet. It can be written SQ abbreviation feet, or it could be feet to the second power because that also means square feet. Well, let's take a look at one more. Find the area of the rectangle. All right, area of a rectangle. I always write down my formula. No matter what the formula is, I always start out by writing it down first. My second step is to fill in the values. I'm going to let 12 feet be my length, and I'm going to let 4 feet be my width, but you could have them reversed. Multiply, this is another one of the problems I can do in my head because I know that 12 times 4 is 48. If you needed to, you would go over here and write that down. Feet times feet is feet to the second power, or abbreviation square feet. But anytime it's area, you must either have the unit squared or the abbreviation for square in front of it. So in this problem, in the box, you would fill in 48, and then it is square feet. All right, so make sure that you have taken good notes and that you have the formula written down as length times width or base times height. And it doesn't matter if you're dealing with a regular rectangle or a square.